Welcome to A Word with Wayde. I'm Wayde, your host, and I'll be sitting down with artists from all over the country. We'll dive into their craft, their stories, and the moments that shape their sound. No matter the journey these artists have made, you'll hear about it on A Word with Wayde. Hello and welcome to A Word with Wayde. Today I am chatting with the lovely Hannah Green. She hosts an amazing event at Ginger's called Live and Local, and she's currently working on some new music. Yeah. In case I forgot to mention, she's a musician, singer, songwriter, and she's working on some new music that may be a single, maybe an EP. We'll find out in due course.
Who
but
knows?
Welcome to the show, Hannah Green.
Thank you so much, Wayde. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
I'm very excited.
And before we dive right in and start asking some questions, we will draw some attention to these fabulous mugs. Hannah Margaret is the professional musical name.
Yep.
Exclusive to this show, you could win a lovely set, a red and a blue. So stick around and we'll let you know how you can do that in a little moment.
In a little while, yeah.
So,
yes.
How did we get started on Live and Local? That sounds like a really great initiative and really supportive of the industry. So
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so for a little bit of context, I've been doing music maybe since I was about 12 or 13, singing forever being told to shut up. But I got to high school and got a couple of solos and then started doing some lessons. So I was originally classically trained, did a lot of jazz choirs, jazz bands, some big band stuff, lots of musicals, just all of it, anything and all of it. I was very overcommitted. Some things don't change. But yeah, so in high school I did a lot of music and then graduated high school and I was kind of just like, oh, what now? So I've been writing music probably since I was about 16.
Yeah, wow.
But then, well, that was the first time I remember like putting things on paper.
Yeah.
It kind of got to the point I was like, I don't really know where to go from here. So naturally I joined a rock band. Shout out to Gravity and all those folks that were in that. It's unfortunately not running anymore, but that was a great time.
Yeah,
Just a party rock band around Adelaide. Did some tribute stuff. I was a backing vocalist in Satisfaction for a little while. The Rolling Stones tribute
Rolling
band.
Stone, yeah, nice. That's awesome.
And then, just bits and pieces. And then it kind of got to a point last year where I'd built my confidence, I wouldn't say competence, up enough with the guitar.
Confidence is probably a little bit more important anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Up with the guitar, just enough to feel like I could share some things that I'd actually written. So I kind of got to a point where I was like, well, I have all this material that I'd really like to share, and I don't really know where to do it. And it's really difficult for new artists, new original artists. And also I just think trying to navigate this industry, being the music industry, especially even in Adelaide, it's such a small place, is really difficult to know where to start with, especially when you've got original content, because it's got its own trials and tribulations. You know, people don't always want to go out and listen to something that they've never heard before.
Exactly.
Even though it might be the best thing you've ever done, you just don't know. Like, it's so much easier just to go and see that party pub rock band or that tribute band because it's stuff you're really familiar with.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's a very Adelaide thing that we love to sit and watch and reminisce. So I kind
in the old days.
Yeah, literally. So I kind of found that there was a bit of a niche that I was like, this is something that I've always wanted to run an event. And I had done a show at Ginger's in Goodwood. Shout out to Arthur and all the wonderful folks there. And Arthur approached me after this gig and was like, oh, this was a cover gig. And he said, oh, would you consider doing something regularly here? And at the time I was about to go overseas and it didn't really work. But I approached him when I got to this point in July last year and I was like, hey, would you be open to having a regular event that has a focus on original music? And he has been so wonderful and obliging. So Live and Local became this event where and I'm really hoping to get it back up and running. Unfortunately, full-time shift work and life gets in the way of that. But it's this event where every show we have at least 2 to 3 different artists. They can be a duo, a trio, a band. I try to like pair them up so it's a real I can't think of the word. It's a curated. It's a curated event. And it's a ticketed event. So tickets are $20 entry, and the venue relies completely on patronage. So for a venue to say, oh yeah, we'll open for you,
just
and we'll, have staff for you, and artists take 100% of the profits. Even as the organizer, I take nothing from it unless I'm performing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's just it's this really cool initiative, and it's just beautiful for the community.
Absolutely.
And I've already met so many incredible people, and God, if I could do it every week, I would. Absolutely. But I think it just allows that little bit of respect as well for artists, because you put your heart and soul into this stuff. So to be able to sit there, not just at an open mic night, but to be able to be in this environment where people come there especially to see this new and exciting music and see you, and you can really make it a show.
Yeah.
And just to make it a really beautiful stepping stone where you don't know where to start, which is exactly where I was at. So that's kind of the point of Live and Local, and that's I feel really grateful for the help that we've had to start it up. We've had some amazing people involved.
That's awesome.
And I'm very passionate about it.
I can tell. But that's what I love about music people that I've come across anyway. 99.9% of them are extremely passionate, not just about their own music, but about the scene and the culture around the music scene as well. And I think that's really amazing and a really beautiful thing to see. And something that I sort of picked up on a little bit, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I feel like the other aspect of what you're running is not just giving musicians an opportunity to get that stepping stone into the live scene, but it's also a great networking thing. Totally. And I think networking for any kind of industry is so underrated. I'm starting to see more and more networking events for businesses and so forth popping up. In fact, I've even seen a guy, I think, on Facebook looking to try and do something for musicians, the same sort of thing, where it's not so much about going and performing somewhere, but just catching up, meeting people that are in the industry. And I can't stress just how much that is so important in this industry.
Oh, definitely.
It's probably just as important as actually getting up on stage and performing.
Absolutely.
Now, obviously, being a musician, there's a lot we could talk about the music, so I'd love to sort of touch on that a little bit.
Sure.
So my first question, I know we mentioned in the intro that you've got some music coming out. I'm not going to label anything because we don't know yet.
Yeah, no, we don't know yet.
but you've got new music coming. So one thing that always fascinates me is people's process about writing the music in the first place. For me, myself, I can do both. I can start with music, or I can start with lyrics and then kind of try to build the music for that. But it's always good to hear how other people do it.
Totally.
How about yourself? How do you do it?
How do I do it? Various ways. I find it a very therapeutic thing, as a lot of people do. I especially when I'm highly emoted.
I think you need to be.
You do. Anything where you feel particularly heightened, I find it far easier to sit down and write something about it than to even have a conversation and work through it. Coming out of it and having a product, I don't like referring it to a product, but having something to show for that emotion and something that helps you to process it is really, really cool. So generally, I'm the same as you. I actually couldn't say that I start particularly with the lyrics or particularly with the music. If I'm I do enjoy just sitting down and having a bit of a strum, or even just having a play on the piano.
Did I hear you correctly? Did you say you hear you've heard melodies in waves and things?
Yep.
So
yes, I have.
Here's a question for you, probably a little bit left of centre, but so I've created a rhythm, a beat once using my indicators in my car and my windscreen wipers.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Right. What is the weirdest thing in nature or wherever that you've heard some sort of melodic inspiration? Maybe not taking that exact thing as the melody, but waves is pretty out there, I reckon.
Waves, but to be honest, I've used waves more for a rhythm. There's a particular song.
Okay, well, rhythm or melody then.
Yeah, I think waves more so rhythm. I've definitely heard birdsong before and been oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know. That's a really good question. It'll have me thinking for a bit, I think.
This is why I love the conversational mentality of the podcast, is that, I could not
go
have planned
anywhere.
questions like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
it
I
just
love
comes
it.
off the cuff as we talk. And,
Yeah, totally. Well, one of the songs that are on the album EP, one of the songs
release.
I would like to record and
The
release.
release.
Yeah, literally. Is a song that I've performed a couple of times live, and there's a couple of little snippets on my Instagram if anyone's interested in seeing
Yeah.
it.
We'll give that a plug. Come on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I have Instagram. You should follow it and things. Yeah,
We can put that up on the screen for you. So
yeah,
people
sure.
can-
It's right here.
Somewhere.
Yeah, in this vicinity.
In the comments.
In the comments, yeah. So one of the songs is called Upwelling, or the Power song. And I wrote that on Grange Jetty, and it was after we'd had those big king tides.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just, it was actually just before the algal bloom kind of started, but then it started to become more and more relevant to the algal bloom.
Yeah, wow.
But this sort of rhythm and melody had come to me, and it was very much relating with how the waves were sort of rolling, like because they sort of hit you, much like, you know, the first beat of a bar, you know?
Yeah.
It was just really, really, it was a special thing to experience, and I drove straight home and put words on paper and wrote
That's
that song.
so cool.
And actually, this logo I designed originally from a photo that I took when I was in Italy.
Oh, wow.
So it's actually an antique door knocker, like a brass door knocker.
Yeah.
This is,
Okay.
and it's a rendition of The Birth of Venus.
Oh.
So I thought that it had a really beautiful, like, you know, it's like birth, and it's exciting and it's rejuvenating, and it's, but it's also got such reference to sort of like maritime kind of things, and
Yeah.
you know, this whole, you know, just power. I don't know, that logo
love
to me
that.
sort of just says power, and
Yeah.
it really is exciting to me. But yeah, that song in particular, that was literally born at the ocean.
Probably coming close to an end. So two things I would like to quickly do.
Yeah.
The first thing is I'm going to mention these wonderful mugs again. So what we need you to do is that I will share this video on social media, on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yeah.
comment, like and share, and one lucky winner will win this beautiful set of mugs that Hannah's brought along for us. Her own design logo, fantastic. I haven't drunk out of them, but I've heard that things taste better when you drink out of a Hannah mug.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's the first thing. The other thing is that I wanted to just ask is, where can people see you? Like, have you got? I know you mentioned
Yeah.
off camera that you're going overseas in a few months' time.
Yes.
But where can people see you in your natural habitat of
My
performing
natural
beautiful
habitat.
music?
Oh, thank you.
You know, before you do go.
Before I go, I've got a couple of things lined up. I'll probably keep my Instagram.
Thank you so much for your time on the web with Wayde,
thank
Hannah.
you. Thanks
So
for having
excited.
me.
Oh, my pleasure. Absolutely pleasure. And you know, if you're back in Australia,
Yeah.
or even before you go, you know, if you've got some more to share, we
Yeah,
can
totally.
always let's catch up again. But
Yeah.
I really am excited to hear your new music.
Lovely, thank you. I'll
hope-
keep you updated.
Please do.
Yeah.
And I wish you all the best on the traveling overseas, because that's just
Thank you.
incredible. And while you got the opportunity to do it, you know, why not?
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's so awesome.
Beautiful.
So, awesome.
Thank you so much.
My
Wayde.
pleasure.
Cool. Catch ya.